A note on margin call. I love this film. The great Buck Howard, portrayed by the wonderful John Malkovich, used to say this when he came in town for a show. I love this town. I love this film. Excellent. Let me just mention the cast. Kevin Spacey is Sam Rogers, Paul Bettany is Will, Jeremy Irons is John Third, not Third, but but he acts like, I mean, he is an obnoxious man in the film. Demi Moore, Stanley Tucci, who's Eric Dale. This is about the financial disaster in one of the cases, one of the big financial institutions involved in this. From the very beginning, we have massive layoffs, and people are in a trauma, suffering from a trauma. Those who are laid off, the others stay in, but they're visibly affected. It's true. At one point, Kevin Spacey, who is head of the traders division, I would say, as a layman, comes in and says, "You're wonderful, excellent, applauses. You made it. The others were good, but you're better. I mean, you're survivors, and this is excellent for you." So and I was thinking it's true. You can see on many of the faces that's a complicated feeling there. This seems outrageous. I mean, people have just lost their jobs and you're applauding, but then. So one of those fired is Stanley Tucci, Eric Dale. And he's not just fired, he is taken by the security to his desk, made to clear things. He says, by tomorrow we'll have a package for you, severance package, 6 months, half the salary, but due to circumstances, we have to make sure everything's fine. So security guy is taking him to the desk, tries to call outside the building, but they say this phone is out of service. I mean, no more. Fuck. Destroys the phone. Sees Demi Moore, who is staying on. Thinks she was responsible. Indeed, she's one of the executives. Fuck you! You even cut off my phone. So he's very upset. On the way out, he gave flash disk or something to one of those who remain and says, "Look, I was working on something. Be careful. Look at this." He was in charge with risk, and it sounds like these guys are so stupid because they just killed off. They sent packing a man who would know about possible calamities, and one is about to happen. Two, I was thinking, well, it sounds stupid, and they make a point in the film that they have to get him back, and it's how outrageous, and then they don't understand, and the figures. But then, to me, it seems that this was going to happen anyway, and maybe this is part of the puzzle, the fresco of the narrative makes it interesting. I mean, with Stanley Tucci in, it would still be calamitous, and he would still lose his job with all the rest, or 90% of the rest, I don't know, because more will go only 2 days later. That's what I see. Because the analyst is looking into this and sees that, oh my god, I mean, it's terrifying. He calls Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany calls higher hierarchy Sam Rogers, Kevin Spacey, and it's all the way Demi Moore has to come in to analyze what the figures say, and it's all the way to the top CEO Jeremy Irons, outstanding actor. He portrays a sort of a bastard, look, he says to explain it as you would to a child. I'm not here to. I'm here to do other things, and there will be some criteria. You have to go ahead, to be ahead of the rest. You either cheat. I don't cheat. You'll be intelligent, but let's be honest. We It's easier to be the first, or you be the first. So he doesn't strike one as, oh, wow, superhuman. I mean, you think these guys with their super salaries, and mind you, I'm on the right. I'm on the right on this, on all other issues, because I've been through communism, so I know what the extreme left can do to you, and that's for sure. That's clear. I mean, I'm all my life will be affected by the left wing ideas. So these are clear for me. Now, on the right, it's true there will be things which don't make sense. I mean, if that's what a CEO is, at least as he's portrayed in the film, it doesn't make any sense to pay him more than I don't know, $1,000. No, I'm mean now, but a normal salary is absurd in a situation like this. Granted, this is artistic license, and even if they had the fault, maybe it's based on fault. Some people were really crazy in going on a separate elevator just for themselves, and going to an extreme. This is fiction, and it's exaggerated. So anyway, they're faced with collapse, so they have to sell. They work into the night. I mean, they meet at 2, 3 in the morning. They're still making analysis and that. But in the morning, they have to sell, even if it's garbage. And the film is wonderful.